5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Alright guys, this is Superior Wolf bringing another audio commentary, and this game is going to be Bisu versus by.hero. This is going to be a very exciting matchup. This is on the map Tears of the Moon, and it is another Twilight map, and this is going to be a very interesting match. You can see by.hero is spawning as the red Zerg in the bottom portion of the map, while Bisu is spawning at the top right as the Protoss. A couple interesting things to note is Bisu is considered the Protoss revolutionist, and right now it is the golden age of the Protoss. And Protoss have been just doing amazingly well recently, and just Zergs have been losing a lot. A very great article has been written on this, and it is called the State of the Swarm Report. I advise all of you guys to check it out if you like StarCraft. It analyzes the current state of Zerg versus Protoss, and it actually discovered a drop from Zerg versus Protoss winning percentage. Zerg used to have almost a 60% winning percent against Protoss, and now it's almost down to 50%, which is a very huge drop. And part of this reason is because Protoss has been adapting to Zerg, and they've been making a lot of new builds, and these builds have been pioneered by 6 Protosses, and they are known as the Dragons. And Bisu is actually one of the people who is considered one of the Dragons. Very famous and good player. by.hero, relatively new player, does not have a very good record because he's played so few games. But from what we've seen, we've actually seen some very nice play from him, and he's considered one of the new Zerg hopes to get Zerg back up on top in the StarCraft pro gaming scene. Statistically, it shows that Bisu will almost 100% win this, because Bisu has already played Hero before and has beaten him, but statistics are not always going to tell what's actually going to happen. StarCraft is a game of upsets, and upsets are very likely in this game. Bisu doing a little bit of nice harassing, defending, stopping that drone from putting down a hatchery. And a 9 pool was done by Hero. Actually, I think it was a 9 overpool. I really like pool first builds because they actually force your opponent to adapt more to you, because you'll be getting a little bit of map control early game, and you can actually put on some pressure with them with a few Zerglings. However, with a 9 overpool, your opponent can get those cannons after the Nexus, so they still get a pretty good economic advantage. Third hatchery now going down for Hero, and pretty standard so far. Gas going up. Most standard Zerg build as of late. It is the 12 hatch, 11 pool, 13 hatch, 12 gas. But this is off a 9 overpool. So right now, what we will be expecting from both players, this will be macroing up for right now. Hero will need a lot of drones to be able to pump mass drones, because Bisu will not be able to harass much right now. And after that, they can both get their economies up, and we'll start seeing the game played out from there. Nexus is almost done for Bisu. Bisu now getting his gas, also very standard from him. Rogue's being main-ended right now, and the gateway is also about to finish. So this new map, not many games have been played on it, but from what we've seen, it looks pretty balanced. And the statistics, although there's a very small sample size, the statistics say that this map is actually fairly balanced for this matchup. Zergling's going to catch his probe, but the probe does manage to get out of there. And Bisu is still trying to scout. It's really important for him to scout, but Hero is doing a pretty good job denying that scout from getting in. Cybernetic score coming in for Bisu, and a Hydra Den going up for Hero. This means we're going to see very hyper-aggressive play from Hero. He will be getting a he's going to be doing a cannon break with those Hydras. Right now he only has 3 hatcheries, and there's a lot of variants of this Hydra build where you get 3, 4, or 5 hatcheries. And this is very reminiscent of July Zerg. July Zerg is historically very good against Bisu, and has beaten Bisu on multiple occasions because of his hyper-aggressiveness. And this is what I really like to see from a Zerg, because Zergs have been playing way too passively lately, And these types of builds are really quite strong against a Protoss like Bisu, who relies mostly on their mid-game and late game to get most of their lead. Lots of Zerglings being pumped out for Hero, and he does not want Bisu to see this, or else Bisu will immediately add cannons and pull probes. But lots of speedlings. Look like there's about two control groups. Cannon being added right now. This means Hero is giving up a lot of his economy, and he's going to go in and try and sneak these Zerglings past. But if it doesn't work, he is going to be sacrificing a lot of economy to do this. Here comes the Zerglings. One group going in from the back, one group going from the front. Bisu has to pull probes right now, but here come the Zerglings, and these probes are not going to be able to get there in time. Zerglings going up the ramp, and they make it up the ramp. The probes were too late, and now these Zerglings are just going to be able to wreak havoc on Bisu's main. That pylon is completely exposed. These probes are going to get decimated, and the Zealot coming in, it's not going to do much against this many Zerglings. And these Zerglings have already done tons of damage. Dragoon now in, nice probe stack, kills some Zerglings, but he's still losing a lot of probes in the process. He's losing a lot, and this is really going to hurt him. This pylon is crucial, it's going to go down, and Bisu's not going to be able to lay down his tech. He's not going to be able to get that Corsair out. Corsair is now out, but Speed Hydras are on the way. This is a very well developed build by Hero. He's doing a very nice job. Once these Zerglings are killed off, these Hydras are going to be able to pressure in from the top. And Bisu's not going to have anything to defend from it because he's spent so much, and he's not been able to get his tech up. Zerglings finally cleaned up, and the Templar archives are going up. But what's really nice about these kind of builds is when you start off with an early pool, you deny the probe scout, and Protoss is not going to be able to scout until they get Corsair, which is really one of the huge weaknesses of Protoss builds recently, is that they don't scout until they get their Corsair. So any hyper-aggressive builds that come early really can do a lot of damage if you do it right. Bisu attempting to push out, but Hero is actually going to start destroying these neutral buildings in the back of Bisu's natural, and he's going to get up from this alternative route. Bisu adding another cannon, but he really needs a lot more. Bisu only has one gateway, and that gateway is going to get picked off. That's crucial because he's not going to get his Dark Templar out. And now Hydra's coming in from the back, going to pick off that cannon. It melts like butter, and now these Zealots probes are being pulled, but this is not going to help. There's just way too many Hydras, and now he's going to have to retreat back up the ramp, and his gas and his Nexus are now being able to be fired on. And this is terrible for Bisu. I don't know if he's going to be able to come back from this. Because he's lost that gateway now, he does not have that Templar that will save him, as it almost did in July game, which is very similar to this. And now Bisu sending a Dragoon. It is going to die. Nexus is going to go down. GG. Very surprising. Bisu gets owned by Hero. And as I said, this is a complete upset. Good game.